Welcome to the BWP Informatics tutorial of Modules 2 and 3. Because of the brevity of Modules 2 and 3, we will be covering topics from both modules in this training video. Specifically, we will introduce you to Geneious software and detail for you how to install, run, and add applicable plugins needed for the Barcode of Wildlife project. Geneious was developed in Java, so it runs on any operating system that has a JVM. It runs on Windows, Mac OS, Linux, and Solaris. The email client interface gives Geneious a unique advantage in usability and is likely very similar to your own email client. Geneious also covers all functionality of legacy sequencing editing software such as VectorNTI, Sequencer, and LaserGene and puts it into one intuitive, user-friendly application. Geneious incorporates industry-leading bioinformatics tools and integrates them into one platform, many of which you will be familiar with, like Clustal, Muscle, Primer3, and Mr. Bayes. Geneious supports an ever-increasing number of file formats, and it currently imports and exports over 70 different file types. If you're not sure what file format your file is, you can simply drag and drop and Geneious will use auto-detect. Geneious enhances the ability to do research by organizing processes into complete workflows which allow you to move quickly and easily from the discovery phase, for example mining data from GenBank, through the analysis phase where you can use the suite of tools available and into the publishing phase, in other words, saving images for manuscripts, posters, and presentations. As a brief introduction to the entire Geneious software package, here is a list of the extensive range of functionality contained within the software. We will post separate brief tutorials with regard to a few Geneious applications relevant to BWP, such as sequence alignment, chromat assembly, blast searches, and submitting to GenBank. What are Geneious plugins? Plugins extend the functionality of Geneious by providing specialized analysis and additional data sources. Geneious is a stable framework which also needs to be flexible and adapt to the changing demands of the field, and Geneious developers have made this possible through a public API. What this means is any person or developer has the ability to leverage the Geneious framework and build applications or plugins for their own purpose. For purposes of the Barcode of Wildlife project, the most informative and efficient way to get Geneious and your applicable plugins installed is through the Maria Biocode wiki site listed here. This wiki page is an excellent resource full of definitions and guidelines to help you navigate your way through the Geneious Laboratory Information Management System. We will not be covering the content of this wiki page in our videos, however, we recommend you take the time to read through it yourself. Additionally, within this wiki site, you will find the most up-to-date plugins needed for the project. We will be using the Biocode plugin named after the Maria Biocode barcoding project, which is the Geneious LIMS software. For additional plugins used in analysis such as Palp, Mr. Bayes, or Velvet, installing them is easy. Apart from the Biocode plugin, the best way to install a plugin of your interest is directly from within Geneious by selecting Tools and then Plugins, at which point you will be able to see all available plugins that Geneious provides. And as I mentioned previously, you can always make your own by using Genious's plugin development kit. Now let's walk through a quick layout of the Geneious platform. As I mentioned, the Geneious interface is conveniently set up like an email client to make navigation for the user much more intuitive. The local database is where you can store all of your files and folders. You have complete control of the organization of your data within Geneious. In the Services panel, you will see a list of services that are always on, such as NCBI, PFAM, and Uniport. When you select a document within the local database, you can visualize the contents of the folder here in the document table. The metadata fields allow you to organize, filter, and sort your data. When you select a document in the document table, it displays in the document viewer. Anything that is displayed in the document viewer can be manipulated with the settings in the options panel. Additionally, when you have the file looking exactly the way you want, you can print it or save it as a JPEG, SVG, PDF, or EPS image file. There are multiple different views other than the sequence view available depending on the document type. The far right-hand side panel is the Help and Tutorial panel, which is effective for self-learning or for group teaching. Importantly, the tutorials were all designed by collaboration with academic partners and use real data from actual scientific questions that biologists address. The main functions are available in the menu bar, and this bar is also customizable to the operations that you use most regularly. This brings us to the end of our Introduction to Geneious tutorial. Please remember to visit the Biocode Wiki site and read through all of the Geneious LIMS resources provided there. And please contact us if you have any further questions regarding the information in this video.